Greetings, nerds and virgins. Jan Blachowicz versus Corey Anderson at UFC Fight Night 167, the main event. And they did fight once before at UFC 191, and Corey Anderson just completely out-wrestled, completely manhandled Jan Blachowicz. But Blachowicz did came up with an excuse at Ariel Helwani's show. Like he said, after 2 minutes in the first round, he was like completely gassed out because like he had jet lag issues and he had problem with his training. And I believe him. I think Blachowicz is a very honest person, and we've seen in other fights like Blachowicz doesn't have the worst cardio. He actually has pretty good cardio. I think he was telling the truth. Like I think he's telling the truth because after the third round, like he was like completely gassed out. He was on the after the fight has ended, he was like lying on the ground, lying on the mat and on the canvas. And he couldn't get up. And when he was on the stool, he was so tired. And when Bruce Buffer was calling the decision, he was completely tired as well. Like he was completely gassed out. But as you've seen in Jacare Souza fight or Luke Rockhold fight, he doesn't look remotely tired. So I think he is telling the truth. So I think in this fight, I think Jan Blachowicz is going to win the fight. Because yes, we have seen Jan Blachowicz struggle against wrestlers like Alexander Gustafsson. Or Gustafsson is not a wrestler, but he has pretty good wrestling as well. And then he struggled against Patrick Cummins, and he struggled against Corey Anderson in the first fight. But I think he has improved his takedown defense, and we've seen that against Luke Rockhold and Jacare Souza. And I know that Luke Rockhold and Jacare Souza they are not the same type of wrestler as Corey Anderson is. Corey Anderson is a much better wrestler, but I think from what I've seen from those two fights, I think I'm pretty confident with Jan Blachowicz takedown defense against Corey Anderson, because Corey Anderson, although he is a very strong wrestler, I don't think he's as strong or as good as wrestlers like John Jones or Daniel Cormier. So I think it's gonna be like Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades, very strong wrestler. Like he mauls people, but there are fighters he couldn't take down, like Francis Ngannou or Junior Dos Santos. And I think this fight is gonna be the fight that he's not gonna be able to take down. Well, Corey Anderson knocked out Johnny Walker, which was very surprising because I picked Johnny Walker to KO Corey Anderson, but Corey Anderson, I think Johnny Walker doesn't have the best chin. I mean, it could be a confirmation bias because I watched him KOing Johnny Walker, but we've seen from other organization Johnny Walker getting KO'd stiff. So not stiff, but with a left hook. I don't think Johnny Walker has the best chin. He's like Alex Overeem. He punches very hard, but his chin is not the best. But I don't think the same overhand right is gonna work against Jan Blachowicz. Jan Blachowicz has been TKO'd twice in his career, like once in outside of UFC and once inside UFC against Thiago Santos, but that was because he was going in recklessly and he got caught by Thiago Santos, and anybody who would get KO'd with that kind of shot. So I think Jan Blachowicz has one of the best chins in light heavyweight, and especially against Corey Anderson, who doesn't punch that hard. I think he's gonna be able to take shots from Anderson with no problem. But Anderson has been KO'd badly 3 times against John Vellante and Jimmy Manuwa and Ovin St. Preux. Jimmy Manuwa and Ovin St. Preux, he got KO'd stiff, one shot, and he was out cold. Now, I don't think Blachowicz is going to KO Anderson because Blachowicz doesn't hit that hard. I think he has one of the weakest punching power in light heavyweight division. I know he has KO'd Luke Rockhold, but Luke Rockhold doesn't have the best chin. And Anderson, although Anderson doesn't have the best chin, but he has better boxing skills than Luke Rockhold. So I don't think Blachowicz is gonna KO Anderson. I think it's possible, but he could TKO him, but I don't think he's gonna KO him with one shot. I think Jan Blachowicz is gonna win a decision. 60% decision and 40% TKO. Yes, TKO. I don't think he's going to get a flush KO. I think probably a decision. 48-47 or 49-46 decision for Blachowicz. If he lands a perfect shot on Anderson, I think he could get a knockout finish, but probably it's a decision or a TKO. So that's it, nerds and virgins. Have a good night.